Does food rule your life? Do you think about food all of the time? Do you think about what you're going to eat tomorrow, even though maybe you haven't bought it yet? When I wake up in the morning, I think about food. Not only do I think about my breakfast, but at 8 a.m, I'm already thinking about what I might have for dinner. Not because I need to go shopping, but just because I love food. I normally have cereals for breakfast, and my husband and I have half a banana each on our cereals, and sometimes I put honey on the cereals. But recently I've been making overnight oats. So you get the oats, normally about 40 grams, add milk or soya milk or almond milk, and I have been adding frozen fruit, so strawberries, raspberries, blackcurrants. And so you do this in the evening and stir it around in the bowl. And then when you wake up in the morning, it's cold and mushy and ready to eat. Some people put theirs in the fridge, but at the moment, as it's colder, I've been just leaving mine out on the worktop. Then I add half the banana, and sometimes I add honey. Now you can eat them cold, or you can put it in a saucepan and cook it. So then it's really nice and warm. But I've really been getting into eating it cold, as for one thing, you don't have to wash up a saucepan afterwards. So it's like a one bowl meal. The only problem with this is that you have to remember the night before that you need to get the fruit out of the freezer and mix the porridge with the milk. So sometimes I forget, and so I have my normal cereals with banana and honey. Then I have a cup of tea, and normally we have 4 or 5 cups of tea during the day, and sometimes a cup of coffee. I drink a lot of water during the day too. I think it's important to drink a lot of fluids. It keeps your body running, like having oil in a car. Then around 1 o'clock, my husband will cook lunch. We have a cooked meal at lunchtime because we both work in the afternoon. So we think it's important to be full and not keep snacking while you're working. So often we have vegetables and gravy. This might be potatoes, carrots, parsnips and spinach. We mainly eat vegetables and beans. We never buy meat like chicken or like raw beef or raw pork. Sometimes if we see there's a chicken pie on offer at the supermarket, we'll buy that. Or we like sausage rolls with our salad, so sometimes we'll buy that. We enjoy the vegetables and lentils and chickpeas, so we have a varied diet with that. Sometimes my husband cooks a stir fry and we have noodles. Other time bolognese, but using soya mince. And we also buy frozen soya fake chicken pieces, which we like. Another favourite of ours is potato wedges. We used to like chips, cooking chips, but now we have a very small freezer, and we found that the chips in the supermarket are sold in like family size bags. And if we put those in the freezer, then we wouldn't put anything else in the freezer. So the only thing that we could find, which was similar and in a smaller bag, were frozen potato wedges. So sometimes we have those as if they're chips. And we'll have egg and vegetarian sausages with those. So that's really nice. In the afternoon, we might have one of our cups of tea with a few biscuits. I try not to have too many biscuits. I try to stick to 3 biscuits at a time. Then we do our work in the afternoon. We work online. And then when we have both finished, we have our tea. So for tea, we always have a salad. We have lettuce, tomatoes, spring onions. What else do we have? Homemade coleslaw, which has apple, grated carrot and cabbage and mayonnaise in it. And we always have a main event with our salad, which is normally cheese. Or sometimes, like I said, we'll have a sausage roll or vegetarian sausages. And we always have 2 slices of bread with butter. And normally, because we've both finished work at this time, it might be 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, we find something on TV to watch, which is about half an hour long, or we watch YouTube videos, just so that we can just totally relax with our tea on a tray on our knees. We just totally switch off for half an hour. Then later, maybe 9 o'clock, 9:30, we might have some cheese and biscuits or a packet of crisps, but not always. Generally, we have our last drink of the day, our last cup of tea would be about 8:30. But occasionally at the weekends, we open a bottle of wine and we'll watch a film or a series, just to make the weekend a bit special and different for us, so we can totally switch off. Otherwise, every day is very, very similar. So we try to make things a bit different Friday night or Saturday night, just to differentiate between the working week and the weekend. We only work part-time, 3 or 4 hours a day in the afternoons, but it still feels like work. And so I think it's important to make a difference, change things. So when we've finished work, we will put away our laptops and our books and pens so that there's nothing about work which is on the table, or we just can't think about work anymore during the evening. And I think that's good. And then we'll go to bed about 10:30 or 11. I really think that food and the thought of food really keeps me going through the day. I'm always thinking of the next meal time and focusing on that, because food makes me very happy. What are your favourite foods? And what time do you have your meals? Because it can be different in different countries, and traditions vary from country to country.